All right, first my pregnancy. Since I was young, it was a pretty easy 9 months gestation. It would have been easier if we had not had to have our meals, 3 meals, outside of our own apartment. Our own apartment finally served as bedroom, living room, and of course, the main things we lacked were kitchen and bathroom facilities. So 3 meals a day, we had to get in line for food, and being pregnant and suffering from what most pregnant women go through, what is known as morning sickness and nauseous periods. Waiting in line for our meals during that period was very, very difficult under the conditions that existed there, the dust storms, the heat, the cold. Then the lack of real good milk at the time, which was considered very important for pregnant women to have, that I think affected my fetus. The fetus, the embryo, a great deal. When my child was born in the camp hospital, she was born with an allergy to powdered milk that they permitted babies to have during that time. And it was not diagnosed that she had an allergy to this powdered milk and that she should have what was called at that time carnation milk in a can. I requested that for my child, but they said, no, that has to go to the army, to the men in the armed forces. And we would not be permitted to unless we could afford to send for it from outside. And of course, we couldn't do that. We were earning minimum salaries, which ran from $12 a month, $16 a month, and $19 a month at that time. $19 for the professionals, $16 for semi-skilled, for skilled, and $12 for the unskilled laborers. We could not afford to buy canned milk. So my daughter suffered tremendously. She was hospitalized in the camp, went in and out with stomach disorders because of her inability to get this milk, which of course was the lifeline for infants at the time. Most children double their weight. Most infants double their weight, birth weight, at 6 months. My child had not doubled her weight in a year. She was so sick. I was very angry and felt so responsible for my child. There's nothing at all that I could do about it. And I think the lack of this important nutrition at this time of her life has affected her whole entire life. She didn't have the basic ingredients to be a healthy person. The hospital, very sort of primitive. The doctors were mostly Japanese American doctors. The white Caucasian doctors served as supervisors, overseers. The nurses and the doctors were primarily Japanese, and they were very skillful. I'm sure, although I don't know anything about hospitals and supplies at the time, but I have read what Japanese doctors who served in the camp said, that they lacked medicine. They lacked the proper equipment to do the necessary work that they needed to do as doctors. I think that we were probably very low down on the totem pole in terms of priority as far as the government is concerned at the time.